Hey, hey, Blue Table fans! Did you miss me? So, hey, I'm here with Chandra.
Hi.
Boom! Yeah, she's so friendly. And we're going to take a look at an army she's been working on. This is a little bit of a work in progress. We're still polishing up some details, but you know, we set it up and we're here now, so we're just going to do it. So this is an Eldar army, and I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chandra to talk a little bit about the colors, the scheme, and maybe some of the challenges and fun things that she had going on in this army. Okay, go.
Alright, so the theme was Sky Raiders. It took a little bit of research for me to find exactly how I wanted to do it, because I didn't like a lot of the really thick lines that I was seeing. So I found this, I airbrushed a lot of it for that really nice depth. I really enjoy how a lot of it turned out, most of it actually. So as you can see, there's that Sky Raider all throughout. And we have the Dire Avengers, which have these really cool, I call them mohawks. I don't know what they're actually called, but
it's almost like a Roman Spartan type helmet.
I really like how the yellow and black turned out. And then we have the fire dragons over here. Those orange that was really fun to work with, doing that orange. And then the ribbons and stuff are just all tied in so that it's kind of blue like the other army, so it all kind of matches. These guys, I really like how the skulls turned out. I think the skulls look really cool on their shoulders.
Yeah, you like skulls, huh?
Yes, I do.
And this is the new Eldrad Ulthuan plastic. And this model is just insanely cool. Okay, go ahead.
And then we did a lot of the weapons. I did the weapons kind of all to match throughout. These swords ended up, he wanted a specific design where it was that white fading into the red and then like the white lightning bolt almost going through. So you can see that through all the different blades throughout the army.
Right.
And those turned out really, really fun. Got to tell you, lines after this project, whew, there was a lot of lines.
Oh, I bet you're tired of them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I like that you did them more thinly. I actually advise the client to be very careful if he was choosing like a camo color scheme. Like Eldar don't really suit themselves to camouflage. And, you know, I've seen this particular color scheme done really well and also done very horribly. But I think you've worked it really well, and part of that is actually the angling of it. On some of them, like in the books, it's side to side, right? And you've got a pretty, how to explain this? Like you have a pretty acute angle to them. And also, the lines are more or less very parallel. And I think that's a mistake a lot of people make with this particular color, with trying to camo this type of thing, is that they get like, oh, I'm going crazy with it. Oh, the lines are everywhere. And then it just looks horrible. But this, like especially this jet bike right here, I love that, how it turned out. It almost looks like marble. Anything else?
Doing all the gems was really fun too. As you can see, there are a ton of them. And so doing the different colored ones, that was definitely fun.
Well, and some of them are like a true red with the yellow highlight, but then a lot of them are gold. And I think that works really well with the blue. I think it's really nice. And incidentally, this project is very much mostly just Wargamer Standard Level 3 throughout. If you're noticing like, hey, the jet bikes don't have stands, yeah, I get it. That's why I said work in progress. We have also noticed that. So, okay, what about the bases? Talk to me about these bases.
So the client asked for a specific base, and he sent like a link to a picture of them, and so they were this like tan color, and they had the purple gems. Right. And so that was really fun to do. Definitely a lot of them, as you can see. A lot of them have like all these little tiny gems. Oh, that one wasn't one. Like these. Right. All those little tiny ones. So that was a little bit of a challenge, and definitely a lot of them.
This one.
And then these guys, the War Walkers, were really cool because they had this like yin yang. 1, 2.
And by the way, that is old school Eldar iconography. I mean, obviously it's not Eldar iconography, but You used to see that a lot with Eldar. So, go ahead.
So that was fun to do. So yeah, I like how it looks. It kind of looks like a sandy sandstone almost to me.
Right.
So lots of fun.
Right. And you know, I like the bases on this because it's a very neutral color, and that little splash of purple, I think, makes them really pop out. And I think you've done a really good job balancing everything in this army. And this really is a pretty huge project. And you know, I think you've tackled it really well. All right, so now let's talk about Chandra.
Hi.
So you came to interview here, and you showed me some of your art. Yes, I realize I'm talking, but we're looking at you. This is more fun. They're tired of looking at me. So you interviewed, and I was looking at your portfolio. It was pretty solid. It was good. And then as an afterthought, you were like, oh, by the way, I also airbrush for horror shops.
Yep.
Or whatever they're called.
Haunted
right?
houses.
So tell us about that.
So I'm a special effects makeup artist. I do a lot of zombies. I also do a lot of photo shoots, werewolves, all that kind of thing. I have been a special effects makeup artist. I started about 7 years ago at Castle of Chaos. And I just kind of stuck with it and learned a lot. So I started out just hand painting, and then I learned airbrush. And so my favorite thing to do is contour with airbrush, which kind of follows through on some of this. It's like that nice contoured look. Definitely something I really enjoy doing. Love that airbrushing.
So you use the same sort of rules as you would have for a human body.
Yes.
For the vehicles.
Yep, exactly.
That's really great. Do you have to use special paints on human skin? Like in your
So I
airbrush?
mix my own. You want to stay away from like acrylics, because that's not very
Oh,
good
they make
for your
you
skin.
itch.
Yeah, and it can actually like kill your skin.
Can I tell a little story?
Uh-huh.
So it's Halloween, and my sons come down and are like, paint our faces. And my little son, Griffin, I think he was like 8 at the time, he wanted a skull, a full skull. And so I paint his face in Vallejo acrylics, and he's like almost screeching afterwards. He's like, it itches so bad. So we had to like remove everything and then go get our and he was red underneath it. It really irritated him. Like my face is itching telling that story. So go ahead. Human paint.
So it's a very skin-friendly paint.
Could this be the client? Hold on just a second. I think it is the client. Hold on a second. Blue Table Painting. Hello? Okay, I'm not getting anybody. Okay, sorry about that, BTP fans. That's how we roll around here. We don't, listen, guys, this has to be one take. One. I don't want to edit things. Okay, go.
I lost my train. Oh yeah, acrylic's not good. Usually I buy some other face paint, but it's really thick, and so I dilute it a lot. Usually with alcohol, like 97% alcohol, so it evaporates and dries really fast once it hits the skin. Especially like when you're doing kids, because if you put wet paint and it doesn't dry for 5 minutes, it's like their camo basically after.
They're gonna touch it.
Yeah. So I use that for the airbrush, and then I use, there's a brand called Wolf Diamond Effects, which is just a cake makeup.
Wait, cake makeup?
It's a cake.
What does that mean?
So
It's in the shape of a cake?
It comes in a little, cake, like a little round.
You don't spray cakes with it and eat it?
No. And that is just water activated. So yeah, that's generally what I use.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really neat. So you're from Salt Lake, or that's where you are right now,
Yep.
right? And so are you from a different place?
Nope, I was born and raised in Sandy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You did not go very far in your orbit there. Like literally you're one town over now.
Yep.
All right, fantastic. That's really great. Well, there's some good game shops down in Sandy. Well, that's really cool. Chandra, I have to say it's really been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to seeing all the wonderful things that you're gonna make here.
Thank you.
That's really cool. Any last words, something you want to add?
This is a lot of fun, and I enjoy painting your guys' armies in the future.
Okay, thanks. Bye. All right, BTP fans. Till next time.